Welcome to another Survivor Debrief exit interview. And I'm here today with one of the more interesting and unique players that we've seen in a very long time. I did not know this man before this season, and I've fallen in love with him. That's right, we are talking to Tommy from Finland. Tommy, how are you going, my friend?
Are you not entertained? I love that moment from your season. I just love it. I love you, man. I didn't recognize your name from the list that who am I doing the interviews? But hello, sir.
Dude, that is so awesome, Tom. Thank you so much. I have a note on here saying, oh, you've seen Kirby and Ferris play, so does that mean this rings a bell? And I'm so happy to hear that, my friend. Oh, this is great. This is great, Tom.
Yeah, not just like senior season, but I loved your character and your game and everything.
Thank you so much.
I was bamboozled because of you.
Thank you so much, my friend. I would like to start this interview. Can we just do a synchronized howl, please, just for old time's sake, please, Tom? Let's do it. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, love it, my friend. Absolutely love it. Okay.
I said when I left to Finland to my friends that I realized that we are doing the big TV production now, and I'm the wolf of Finland, and I was like, okay. Well, as I was packing day before I left, I said to my wife, you know what? I'm not gonna howl on TV. That's where I draw the line. That I know that we are doing Hollywood in there, but I'm not gonna howl in TV. I'm Finnish people. We are not that kind of open persons. And first day in production, producer goes to me hey, could you do the howl for me? I was like, you say what? Howl for me. I was like, okay. He goes for nothing, but yeah, I love the opening credits and everything, so I'm really glad that I did it.
It's really cool, Tom. Really cool. Okay, we've only got a little bit of time, so I just want to get into it. First of all, what is the biggest difference between Finland Survivor and Australian Survivor?
The tribal councils. That in Finland tribal council they're school in 50s. It's just the Jonathan talks. And if you try to talk, I remember this from my season. I was going there with my alliance and just talking to him and then Jonathan goes, Tommy, is there something that you want to share with the whole tribal? I was like, no, sir, this is kind of between me and my mate here. And so coming to Australian Survivor, I knew that I have seen your guys' season and those are great. And I was like, okay, this is a little bit different and I love it, but it's really the cultural difference also in that point.
Yeah, 100%. And I have to ask you, just language barrier stuff, that must have been really hard for you. I've seen in a few other things that you've talked about, it is really hard to play not in your natural tongue.
Yeah, I don't want to go behind it, but when you are talking the different language, everyone knows if you are speaking Spanish, German, whatever you are, you can't go when you are speaking your own language, you can go through easier. Are you happy? Are you lying? Are you sad? You're not going through the emotion. You are going through the translation when you are talking to English. Yes. So it's harder to have the emotion in it in those moments. And also because the time different, I'm it's 8 a.m. now in Finland. And so it was totally different in Samoa. So in the first days, I remember it was Finnish time, 4 a.m. when we started tribal. And then I've been in my thoughts after we had left the beach and talking Finnish in my head. So I understood everything. But when I opened my mouth, it was I would have been in bicycle on the motorway or something. I was just when the Rob's vote came out, I remember going like this. Yeah, so my mate, I just want to vote against the bigger. I don't care. I was just I couldn't go through the sentence, and I thought I knew what I'm going to talk. So it's different, but it is what it is.
Oh, that's so crazy, Tom. I want to talk about episode 7, this crazy tribal council. Can I just say,
I was eager to go to episode 3 with you, but episode 7, okay, I will have to change my notes.
I've got episode 3 notes as well, Tom. I've got everything. But no, thank you so much for being the instigator in what was probably one of the best tribal councils we've seen in a very long time. this was insane. And did this come about? You were feeling secure. You knew you had to do something, so let's just do it. And it was going crazy. Can I just ask you? Was it the plan for Lisa to go and tell Luke and Shawnee what to do? Was that talked about? Or like how did it actually come about? Was it actually going to go forward? Or did you guys change your mind and then Lisa still told them? How did that all turn out?
I was having the hardest time to just like talk Lisa and Cass on board, and I thought that like I had them. I thought that they are voting fit. They are voting with me because like I had done them solid so many times with Tony, with Kirby, and like with every of those. I was like, it's my time now to say what we are doing. And just like 15 minutes before we left the tribal, Lisa was telling me that like, yeah, if you got the numbers, like do it, but like I'm not in it. I was like, what? I thought we are all in it, and like, no. I'm with you that like you should do it, but I'm not with you. And I was like, what that even means? And like, so I knew in that moment that like I don't have the numbers. Like, if I didn't have Lisa and Cass with me, I have no one. And I was always talking with Luke the most, and I knew that like he can talk from me to the Australians. But yeah,
So
it didn't go as I planned.
So was there a scene that we didn't see where you did talk to Luke about it and you told Luke, this is what we're doing? Or was it just Lisa's communication with them?
I honestly don't remember. What I remember is that like I always talked to Luke. Like since the merge, I was always the one who was like getting his name out of the talks when World Tribal was going. Like, is it Luke or Sarah, Luke or Kirby? I was like always taking my side with the Luke. That like don't vote him out.
Yeah. Well, you had to
But I
keep
think
another
like
guy there.
yeah, and of course I always think that like how my actions are gonna look for other people, and we had already like day before lied straight face to Shawnee and Luke that we are going with you against Siri, and we didn't. And I
you
also
didn't,
when the Sarah vote happened, I didn't say Luke what we are doing, so I didn't put much trust on my words that what I'm gonna say Luke in that vote, and I was like making the best effort to have Cass and Lisa with me, and it didn't happen with those. I know that like it doesn't happen with Luke, and I think the biggest mistake still was that like we left the Australians so isolated, so they had to invent their own game, and they did that beautifully.
Yeah, and I've got that down as well. Did you feel that was probably a misplay in terms of you iced them out, you didn't give them anything, and as a result,
Yeah,
they were backed into a
it
corner? Like if you'd given
it,
them a
it
name,
doesn't. It doesn't even show in the episode how badly we isolated them,
yeah,
because it was like one of those that like we went to the bushes with the Pinky Alliance, then we were talking who are we gonna vote, then the Siri game we were talking who are we gonna vote, then the poverty game, and the whole time I was just like, let's not do this because this doesn't look good for the Australians, not especially because I want to vote poverty out. And now when I'm standing here, they're never gonna trust me when I'm gonna say them like I'm gonna vote poverty. So I was like, let's wrap this up. Like Shawnee, whatever, let's go with it. And I want to go there and like make my plan happen. And it didn't happen.
Didn't happen. No. And when you were in that moment and it was all blowing up in tribal council, what were you feeling? Were you feeling like, oh crap, this is going great? Like, what were you feeling?
But in the first tribal, I was kind of my high horse because I was like, told you guys, like, this is the reason I wanted to make the game, because now we didn't make the game and now the shit is hitting the fan. I had my beautiful necklace and I was just there like, yeah, let's go back to camp and like back to the sketch board. This is awful. And that's why I was so quiet in the first tribal. I was just there like chilling and thinking like, let's see how this goes, and let's go back to camp. Let's make the best out of this situation. I'm going to vote Shawnee here, so Poverty and Siri can see that I wasn't lying. I was going to vote for Shawnee as we talked. And yeah, then Jonathan goes to like, let's go again. I was like, I wasn't ready for this, but let's go again.
No way. I know, man. Oh, that was so brutal, Tommy. And I really feel like if you had gone back to camp, this season has been so fluid that there was definitely probably an opportunity for new things to happen and new plans to come from. But doing it right there and then, that's tough, man. That is so tough. Did you think in that second one you started to pitch once you were not immune anymore? Was there anything you felt you could do? Like, could you really throw Sari and Pav under the bus? Was there anything else you could have done in that situation, you think?
I tried to reason. Of course, like I was then, of course, in my back against the wall already. So everything what I'm gonna say is because of the situation. But the reality was that like Lisa wasn't playing with me anymore, or I didn't care because like the whole afternoon I have tried to make Lisa the vote party, and she didn't want to do it, and it's obvious that it's now she or me who is going home. So like, thank you, Lisa. Nothing for you. I love the person still. Also, Parvati and Siri. I tried the day before, after the auction. I tried to pitch to Parvati that we should go against Cass. That would be like against our both interest. Yeah, I did. The situation that like those cookies that Parvati got, she gave me those day after the auction.
You got some of
And
those
I was like,
cookies.
yeah, I got. I fell to the Black Widow's net, and I was like, okay, ma'am, we are now playing together, I see. And then I go there like, so those immunity challenge, they are pretty, like, they are not easy with Cass. Should we go against Cass and vote her out? And then the Cass won the immunity challenge. And when we go back to camp, Cass confronts me, and she comes and goes to like, Tommy, Parvati is saying that you want to vote me out.
Oh.
And not just that, like I'm hearing that my name is getting thrown in the jungle. The whole thing that I had said to Parvati just hours ago was there in cast mode. So I have to do so much damage control in that episode. When we were voting for Kirby, I was just like, yeah, I'm with you guys. Like I can now go to Luke and say that we are going against Siri because then you are gonna vote me out because I already done this once this day. And for like the one funny thing was that like I hated the idea that I had to go to spa reward. It's amazing reward, but I hated it because like I was sure that they're gonna like talk so badly for me and like make me to go in my place because they all knew that I was full of crap already that time. Going against Cass, there's Parvati there and her number one ally Siri. I would have so much like more wanted to be on the beach. Well, anyway. That's the reason I say in the tribal to Parvati that like I tried to play with you. You didn't want to, so
And you turned
this
on
is
me.
over. Yeah, so thank you. And I tried to go with the Australians. It's kind of 50-50. I understand why they didn't want to play with me anymore with their heart, because I wasn't playing with them on the beach. At least I was the one who was trying, but like I didn't get the chance to make it happen the way that it would have been safe for me.
Yeah.
With everything going with the Parvati and the world tribe. But
100%.
the math that I tried to tell them, like they are getting short in numbers. Like if we are gonna break this Syria Parvati, you're gonna have a free shot with me. I'm gonna vote this. Do your math, do what it's needed, and that was my best pitch, and I went down swinging.
Oh, you certainly did, my friend. Did you know about Cass's idol, or was that a complete surprise?
I didn't know.
Yeah,
that was complete surprise for me. I knew that it wasn't on me or Tony. We had so many talks with Tony about the key and the idol, so I honestly already knew that like I don't have it. I was 98% sure that Tony don't have it, and I was trusting that Pinky Alliance would tell me if they have something. So I was like, yeah, those, yeah. So Cass, damn you.
Everyone was playing at a high level. Everyone was playing a really high, and this is why this season has been so awesome. No one's been totally on top. No one's on the bottom for very long. Everyone knows their position. That's what's so good about seeing so many of you guys playing at a high caliber game, because you've been absolutely fantastic. Did you know how obsessed Lisa was with Sari as well?
I do.
Yeah. So you like knew that out there.
I didn't know that like she was that like I didn't know all about the crying and everything, but like I knew it somewhere here. It was like after Rob left, there was like these micro duos. Of course, there's like big ones with the Siri and Parvati, but it was also I was working a lot with Tony. Siri and Lisa was really obvious one, and Parvati and Cass was also playing a lot together, or having talks together.
So who was your end game? Who did you want to go to the end with?
Who I wanted to go with end? I would have one, like I really loved Lisa's and Siri's strategical reasoning in the game. I just love like in this game. I'm not all about like hot-heated guys like Rob and Tony because they are not like easy to go with. I'm more of the logic guys, and that's why I just love Lisa's and Siri's brain and the situation awareness that like what's going on around the camp and that kind of stuff.
Love it.
And
Okay.
I knew that I could have also beat them in the challenges. So,
Well, yeah, and you were a challenge beast, my friend. You were always there,
yeah,
either
I
getting
know.
rocks or right at the end. Like, yeah, you were
Yeah.
always in the mix, my friend. Just quickly before I have to go, two more questions. One was, if they had to run it back and there's a new group of people representing the world, who would you like to see? Whether it's someone from Finland Survivor or anywhere else.
I've been throwing two names in, and those are Helmeri and Carolina from my seasons because, like, I know their game. And for me, everyone is playing the high level game, but it's also loving the franchise and want to make those kind of episodes that we saw yesterday.
So good.
I, of course, want to win, but I'm also there for to make the best Survivor show that has ever been done.
And I think you guys did. And from one fan to another, Tommy, I feel like you wanted to be part of an amazing season, and you did so much to try and do that. It's so good, my friend. I'm a movie fan. I love my movies. The last question is, what is your favorite film, Tom?
Uh, my absolute best. I go with the series and say that I don't understand your question, but Breaking Bad. There's nothing better than Breaking Bad. But also The Big Short from movies. I love it when people.
Dude, I love The Big Short.
I love it. Yeah, people are trying to like educate you with movies, and they are doing it beautifully. That
Yeah.
or Oppenheimer for the same reason. Yeah,
I love it.
let's have a talk later. I have to
I was gonna
find
say,
you on Instagram. Yeah.
we have to talk after the season, Tommy. I think we're going to get on. I think this is the start of a beautiful friendship, my friend. Thank you
I
so
hope
much,
so.
Tommy. I loved watching you out there. I can't wait to see more from you in the future. I'm going to go back and have to watch Finland Survivor as well, just for you out there, my man. Thank you so much, buddy.
Eden.
Bye.